Okay, I will finally show you how to use the graphing calculator to find the standard deviations instead of doing it by hand. So we were looking at the cumulative review for chapter 3, where you had many bits of data. And we did 1 through 8 the first day, and then we're going to get to number 9, which I believe starts talking about mean, median, mode, standard deviation, and then there's quartile 1, 2, and 3, and all that stuff. So where we're going to go, hopefully not too surprisingly, and my calculator is actually switched over apparently, which I didn't want it to, but I hope I didn't lose all the data I just entered. But we're going to go to the stat button. Okay. And actually, I'm pretty sure I entered all the data last hour, and then I switched over to this one. I think I lost all of that, so I'll have to enter it again. So we're going to go to stat. And your screen should look something like this. Okay. Because what this does is it uses the lists a lot for the stats. Notice we have 3 options across the top. We have edit, calculate, and then tests. You will get fairly familiar with a lot of those. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is this edit is actually if you want to edit a particular list, which we want to do because we would like to put in the data from the cumulative review if at all possible. So let's go ahead and try and edit one of them. So when you go to list 1, it is very possible that you have data in there. Do some of you have a bunch of data in list 1? If you do, what you can do is go back to hit the stat button again. And you notice here the 4th one down, it will allow you to just clear the list. Okay, so I went back to stat, that's all I did. And if you hit number 4, now it's going to ask you which list you want to clear. Now if you look above, and it's really hard for me to see it right here, but if you look above, I think the like above 4 and 1 and 5 and 2, the actual buttons. On the top left there's L1, L4, and all those things, correct? So let's just do list 1. So let's go ahead, and to get that to come up, you're just going to go and hit second and then 1. You notice list 1 came up. So if I hit enter right now, it's just going to clear list 1. If you want to clear them all, you just keep doing comma and keep doing all the other lists. Okay, but I'm just going to clear list 1, and then there it's basically telling you, okay, when you go back in now, it'll be clear. Okay, so how do we get back in there again? Stat. What do I want to do? I want to edit the data, right? Okay, so let's edit the data. So here's list 1. So this is really unfortunate. I had this all prepared. Say that one more time. I'm sorry, there was a question. You don't have to clear list 2. We're only going to be using list 1. Yep. But if you wanted to, you could have kept going with the list, and it would have cleared them all at once instead of doing them separately. So here we go. I'm going to actually go down the columns. I'll go 156, enter, okay. 187. Now, do you think you have to do it in the order I'm doing it? No, you can do it in any order you want. I just think it's going to be easier for me to keep track of the data. So I just did the very first column, I guess you would say, of our data, 156, 187, 153. Now, don't go over to list 2. Just keep putting them in this list. Just keep putting the data in. So then I would go, is everybody with me at this point? Yes? Okay, so do you have a list 1, I guess is the question. I would enter the data in list 1. So just, yep, there you go. Oh, the question that she had, this in case this happens to anybody that's listening to the recording, her lists were in a different order. It doesn't matter, just put them in whatever list, just make sure you know which list you're putting it in because we're going to have to call it up later. We're going to have to recall which one we put it in. Whoop. Yeah, you were up in the list 1 thing and trying to enter, that's why you were having trouble. Okay. Okay, we're having some technical difficulties. There you go. All right, so here we go. So I'm on my 4th one, so I got to do 150. Yep, take your time and make sure you enter it properly. Because if you miss a number or you put a wrong number in, the calculator is only going to do what you tell it to do. It's going to take the data that you put in, and it will do a calculation for you. So I'm on the 4th one, so I'm at 98. Yeah, again, it doesn't matter which list you're putting these in, as long as you know which one you are using. But you should put them all in the same list. Don't put some of them in list 1, some in list 2. Whoops. So now you might want to be making notes as to where some of this stuff is. Maybe on your standard deviation notes, maybe take those out and say, oh, this is how you can find it on the calculator if you're already done with this. Maybe make some references for yourself. And please, if you see me enter one wrong, let me know. Oh yeah, which one? Well, that's just being mean. Now make sure when you get to that last one, which for me was 116, you do actually hit enter so that it does actually get entered into the list. You may notice that it is asking for, it's saying that I'm on the 31st one, but that means if I entered one, it'd be the 31st one. So I believe we are at 30, correct? And that's how many it said that we should have. Okay, so that is a little bit of work, correct, and entering the data. But just imagine if you had to make that big table, find the mean, find the deviation, square the deviation, average the deviation, and then take the square root. That's how we would have found standard deviation before, correct? Is everybody ready to see the next step? Okay, we're actually going to go back. I like to quit out of any programs like this so that nothing weird happens. So just quit, which is second and mode. Okay. And then go back to the stat button. Well, we edited the data. We could sort the data. We could clear it. That'd be a really bad idea now that we just entered it. So what are we probably going to try and do? We're going to try and calculate something. We're not testing anything yet. That's going to be kind of, as we go through this year, we're going to start doing different tests. But here, well, how many variables do we have? Well, how many things varied? Well, the number of dollars varied, correct? So you agree only one thing varied. So we're going to do a one variable statistics, this very first one. So we are on that one. Is everybody here? So go ahead, hit enter. Now, this might look a little different for you, or is this what yours is coming up as well? Did yours just come across the top? Okay, so what you're going to do now is make L1 come up. Just so do second. For you, you're going to do second, and then 1, and then L1 will be next to it, correct? That's all you have to do. Go ahead and just hit enter, and it should work for you. Mine is asking me which list. Okay, so I'm going to tell it this one. What do you think the second one for me means? Frequency of the list. It means how often should I use each data value? Well, once, right? And then a lot of these just have, now mine's actually just a little different. It's just going to go and calculate. This should look the same, right? This should have come up the same for you. So what is this very first thing here, this X with a little line over the top of it? That's X bar, so that is the mean. How come they didn't put mu there? Well, they didn't really know, right? All they know is I gave the calculator a bunch of data, agreed? So X bar, or if this was the population, we would just have to know, oh, really, that's mu, right? But this is just a sample. So do you agree that it should probably be X bar? So there you go, you've got your mean. Okay, sum of the X's is right there. Do we really need that, though? Not really. What's the next one? The sum of the X squared. I don't really need that either. Okay, now we've got two very important ones right here. Those two right there are very important. What do you believe those stand for? It's standard deviation. How come they give me two answers, though? Yeah, one of them is if it's a sample, and one of them is if a population. Because did it ever ask me that? No. The nice thing is it doesn't. It just gives you both answers. And you need to know which one you're going to use. And what do we have here? We have a sample, correct? And so which one of those numbers is probably for the sample? Which one do you think? Any ideas? Any thoughts? Because what is this symbol right here? Sigma? Isn't that the one that we would use for population? Correct? Yeah, exactly. When we do a sample, you divide by n minus 1 instead of n, correct? So I'm dividing by a smaller number, so the overall number should be larger. So this one here is sample. So think the big S stands for sample. Again, this might not be a bad idea to take out your notes that deal with standard deviation and write this stuff in here, that the S of X is the sample, and then the other one is if it's population. Yep. Or again, if you realize that when it is a sample, we divide by n minus 1 instead of n, that should help you out as well. Now you notice there's an arrow over here, which means, hey, we've got more answers coming. So there's n, that means how many, hey, there's the min, there's quartile 1, there's median, otherwise known as quartile 2, followed by quartile 3, there's your max, and I think that's about it. But you see how much information it gave me rather quickly. I know it was tedious putting in all the values, but again, imagine making that table for all of those values. We'd maybe be on the 3rd column. Okay? So, there's all that information. It should help you on, I believe, 9, 10, 11, a lot. And then there are some probability questions on the cumulative review. So anything you want repeated on how this process works? No? It was good? All right.